Hi there everyone. Welcome to Debbie Reads. Hope every one of you is doing really well. So for today's pick a card, we are doing what do your haters admire about your journey. This is going to be a pick a card reading. So in front of you, you guys have two piles to choose from. Pile number 1 and pile number 2, as you can see it on the screen. Choose the pile that you feel most intuitively drawn to. You might also feel attracted to more than one pile. The specific timestamps are there in the descriptions as well as in the comments below. Keep in mind, this is a general collective reading and not all messages going to resonate with you. So take what resonates, leave the rest. If any of you are interested in personal consultations, you guys can check out the descriptions. All details are mentioned, and let's get started. Hi there, my pal ones. This is going to be your reading. We are going to be looking at what do your haters admire about your journey. Keep in mind, this is a general collective reading and not every message is going to resonate with you. So take what resonates, leave the rest. For personal consultations, you guys can check out the descriptions. All details are mentioned. What do their haters admire about their journey? We have the 5 of Cups. What do their haters? And we have the Page of Cups. Your haters definitely admire how you recover from some kind of heartbreak, how you recover from some kind of losses, especially if there were a lot of emotional expectations. This can be a connection, this can be a relationship, this can be any form of offer is what I am getting. You almost don't take losses to your heart. You don't take setbacks so seriously. You are always at this Page of Cups energy where you are always ever accepting of your situation. Like, no matter how bad a situation gets, or even if, for example, you didn't get something where there was a lot of dreams, there was a lot of hopes, there was a lot of ambition attached to it, I feel like you, my pal number 1, are the kind of a person who knows how to chill. Like, it is not in a way where you are not serious about life, but it is more of like you don't attach yourself to outcomes. Okay, you appear to be someone who is very in the moment, who is very present, and almost you have this quality of living your life fully. Like, you are more concerned about the now more than what's going to happen in the future. So I'm almost getting this energy of, for example, if your haters did come up with a bad news, or someone was to criticize you, or someone was to say really mean or nasty stuff to you, you would almost, not make a really big deal out of it. Like, even if one of your haters was to really criticize you for certain things that you're doing, like, I'm almost getting this energy of you not giving them the reaction that they wanted. Like, your haters can't really offend you is what they secretly admire about you. I think a lot of your haters do get inspired because of your chill nature. Like, they want to almost have the same attitude towards life, towards work, towards basically anything. So a little bit of jealousy, but also kind of admiring that journey of yours, how you are always in the moment, how you are so chill. What else? Then we have the Strength here. Then we have the 8 of Pentacles. Okay. Double 8 is kind of confirming. You have a lot of strength. You have a lot of resilience. Like, when we look at this card also, the mountains and the background actually shows a lot of challenges, shows a lot of struggle. And in general, if we speak about this card also, it actually is a really positive card. It's about success, it is about victory, but also after a lot of struggle, after a lot of delays and challenges, ruled by number 8, which corresponds to Saturn. So definitely you have this energy of taming the beast inside of yours. Now, this can be some sort of emotional regulation. This can be a kind of maturity that you have, or maybe if you did something related to your career, something related to your finances, but all in all, like, bouncing back from what's not working, you almost have this quality to always improve yourself. Like, I feel like a lot of haters do nitpick at you for very minor flaws that you have. Like, for example, if your accent is not nice, or if your communication is poor, or maybe you dress in a certain way that doesn't go with you. Okay, so I'm almost getting you are always improving. You are always proving them wrong. Like, that comes off as a mind blown experience to them. But also at the same time, they really admire the strength, the courage, the resilience that you have. And almost you appear to be someone who is a perfectionist. I feel like some of you guys could be very hard on yourself to get certain things done. But again, that energy of using every criticism to your advantage, to work on yourself, to up level. So your haters do admire that about you. For some of you, I'm getting you guys could really work for really long hours, maybe at your workplace, maybe at your job, but definitely you have this habit of not giving up on something. All right, especially if a lot of you guys have been hustling or struggling to make something fruitful, and maybe this hustle is for a long period of time. Like, this is not something that you have been working on for a few months, is what I'm getting. This is probably years of hard work, of dedication, and the skill that made you actually what you are today. So your haters are definitely jealous of that, but also at the same time they admire that about you, right? Something about your emotional resilience is also coming out very strong. For some of you, I am getting this energy of you guys could be really good at hiding your feelings. Like, you are not reactive to situations. You almost have this really calm and cool presence where you're very regulated, you're very stable, you're very grounded, is what I feel. And it's very hard to piss you off, is what your haters actually are in secret admiration of you. Maybe in the past, you guys were extremely emotionally reactive. You guys used to be very sensitive. You guys used to almost give in to people's criticism. But now that you're not entertaining them anymore, probably you have started to cut them off, or you have started to distance yourself, and you are almost acting more maturely, and it is not that easy to manipulate you anymore. It is not that easy to waste your time, to drain your energy. That is also what your haters are admiring about your journey. For some of you guys, I'm getting a physical glow up also. Like, for example, you have changed your sense of style or the way you look about yourself. Like, for example, if someone did nitpick you about your body, for some of you, I'm getting maybe you did update your wardrobe, update your makeup. Maybe for some of you have started skincare as well. And you are appearing to be someone who is more healthy, who is more youthful. So you have this habit of taking criticisms really well, is what I am getting. Okay, that is also what your haters are admiring about your journey. Let's get some more. Then we have the Seven of Pentacles. See, again, something about being persistent, being working hard. And we have the Queen of Cups. For some of you guys, I'm getting you guys could have improved your relation with your family, with your mother, or maybe a female friend of yours. Maybe a sister, maybe a cousin, or if this is not a female friend, I feel like a lot of you guys have really worked on your wounded feminine energy, especially if you guys used to have really low self-esteem, really low boundaries for yourself, where you used to almost always push people, do a lot for them, giving them all your time, giving them all your energy, putting all your heart out, and in return, if you have never gotten the same amount of love, the same amount of reciprocation, now that you are becoming more reserved, now that you are becoming more careful about your energy, I think that is also what your haters are secretly admiring about you. So definitely this energy of reactivity coming out very strong, where you were so sensitive, my pal number one, that the slightest of the prick could have hurt you. A lot of your haters are also admiring this creative side of yours. Probably you guys in the past would have shrunk yourself, where you didn't really talk about your creative talents. This can be any talent, okay? Cooking, singing, dancing, music, YouTube, because a lot of content creators watch my video for some reason. All right. So I'm almost getting this energy of some of you guys have tapped into this fresh passion of yours, where you are working consistently, where you are putting your efforts. For some of you guys, I'm getting if a certain situation did happen in the past, which actually forced you to bring this creative side of yours. Like, for example, if a relationship didn't work out and you end up writing a book about it and that gets published, that is recognized by the audience, people admire it. So, almost I'm getting this energy of you using every other hurtful situation to your advantage to improve your creativity, to express yourself even better, is what your haters are also admiring about you. Like, you still have this nurturing quality inside of you where you want to be a caregiver, you want to be a caretaker, but I feel like it's very selective now. You are not distributing this energy for free. You empathize with people, but you don't become an emotional fool, is what your haters are actually admiring about you, my pal number one. What else? Guys, we were just speaking about being an emotional fool, and the fool just appeared. And the 10 of Cups is here. Did we just not speak about family? Yes, definitely. You improving relations with your family. For example, if you guys come from a really toxic family and maybe a lot of people thought that there is no way out in it, or maybe if some of the haters were from your family, were from your lineage, cousins, sisters, relatives, this can be any person. Now, this fool actually speaks about a new beginning. Now, this new beginning can be in any direction. For some of you, it could be improving relations with your family. For some of you, I'm getting cutting off certain family ties. And that almost came very unexpected. Like, you didn't act on your natural behavior as people from your family expected you to. For some of you, I'm getting going against certain things. That is also what your haters are actually admiring about you. Also, I'm getting this energy of going against a decision that your family disagreed on. Like, initially, when you were making this new beginning, when you were actually walking on this new path, creating this new journey for yourself, I feel like there were a lot of opposition, there were a lot of obstacles. And you might have had really unsupportive people in your family. But now that you are slowly proving them wrong, I think a lot of your family members are in admiration of you. They really look up to you. Like, I feel like a lot of people who are going through family dynamics, they might be your haters, true, but they are also extremely happy about the decision that you have made. Like, for example, if your dad goes against your career, okay, now see, as a parent, it is their duty to always guide their child for the right direction. For some family dynamics, it is very extreme, it is very toxic. I'm not speaking about those families. It is about if you guys have minor tussles, minor argument. Now, every parent wants good for their child, okay? They may not understand your vision, they may not support you, but that is only because they want the best for their child. And this is for every other parent, all right? I feel like now that you are getting a little bit of recognition, a little bit of respect in whatever journey that you have started, I feel like a lot of your family members who were against this decision are really proud of you, all right? And they secretly want you to succeed. Then we have the Three of Cups. And we have the Queen of Wands. We have the Three of Swords and Knight of Cups as a clarifier. All right. A lot of your friends in the past might have also been your haters. All right. Especially with the Queen of Wands, I feel like if you have taken your stand for a certain decision, look, okay. Like, for example, if you have called out an abuser and no one really believed in you, everyone was against you, people were almost going against your decision, going against your opinion, and they probably have started some kind of smear campaign to spread all these rumors, gossip about you. But I feel like there is certain kind of incident that did happen, like some kind of truth did get exposed that you have predicted way back when you were in that common friend group. I feel like a lot of your friends are actually admiring about the decision that you have made. This can be calling out a particular person, this can be moving out of a situation, this can be taking a really harsh decision. All right, this can be literally anything which actually secluded you from this group, from this community. Strong friends energy is what I'm getting. Like, especially if you have unmasked a toxic friend and people almost misunderstood you, didn't take your advice and almost took you for granted. Now that the truth is being exposed, now that the reality of that person is kind of coming out, I think they still hate you with the Queen of Wands for the audacity to speak up against them, to rebel against them, but they're also in awe of you, also in so much admiration of you, my pal number one. Then with the Three of Swords and the Knight of Cups, I feel a lot of your lovers or people you have dated, or probably this was a situationship, whatever, this is giving me a very romantic love energy, obviously. And some of your exes might be also your haters. Like, for example, if you did cut someone off very ruthlessly, okay, maybe you didn't give a closure, maybe you didn't want to involve in their nonsense and their BS anymore, and you almost took a very harsh decision. And you know, all these people who kind of make you look like the bad person because you say the truth very aggressively. So I am getting that kind of energy where maybe your points weren't considered and what you said weren't considered, and almost your behavior and the way you reacted became the talk of the town or became the concern, but no one really understood the depth, understood the real root cause or the problem. And now that something about that lover, that ex, or that dating pattern is being exposed out, they are also admiring you for that. They are admiring you for saying the truth, for standing up for what is right. With the Queen of Wands, I feel like you definitely have this quality of always walking on the right path, even if it feels difficult, even if it pierces through your heart. So I kind of feel that might offend a lot of people, that might come out as rebellious, as aggressive, but however, you are the truth teller, my pile number one, and that is what your haters are admiring about your journey. All right, my pal number one, that was the reading for you guys. Hope you guys have resonated. If you guys did, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment your thoughts and feelings. For personal consultations, you guys can check out the descriptions. All details are mentioned. Bye, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Hi there, my pal number twos. For today's reading, we are doing what are your haters admiring about your journey. Keep in mind, this is a general collective reading and not every message is going to resonate with you. So take what resonates, leave the rest. And if any of you are interested in personal consultations, you guys can check out the descriptions. All details are mentioned. We have the Tower. And we have the King of Swords. Pile number two, your haters are definitely admiring something that was pretty unexpected of your behavior. Like, this can be a people-pleasing situation. This can be maybe you guys have walked out of a workplace, maybe a toxic environment. This can be walking out of a family. This can be confronting the person that you always wanted to, but something about you taking stand, you rebelling against what no one could have imagined. I think whatever decision you have made in this situation, it was pretty ruthless. It was pretty rude of you to almost take that decision, and that might have spoiled a lot of relations. Your haters might have misjudged you to be the toxic one because of the way you reacted or because of the way you took your stand. But now that something about that situation is almost coming out, something is being exposed, your haters knew all the way long that you were speaking the truth. You were fighting for what is right. Your rebel had a reason. I think because you took a certain decision or because you took a certain stand, there are certain things that drastically changed in that environment. Now, this can be a family dynamic or at a workplace. I'm getting very strong workplace situation with the pile also that you guys have chosen. But anyway, there is definitely some kind of amendments in certain laws, in a code of conduct, in a way, in certain ethics that this situation, this group of people used to follow. Or if this is for a family dynamic, I'm getting certain kind of traditional norms is being challenged. And I'm almost getting this energy of you were the first one to call it out, to challenge it. And maybe you were outcasted, you were seen as a scapegoat, people were almost pointing fingers at you, people disrespecting you. Like, even when I'm filming this video, there is a lot of noise, okay? Like constant shouting, yelling. I don't know if you guys can't hear it, but it is really disturbing outside. The constant interruption is what I'm getting. And almost it feels like every time I'm trying to channelize and speak the truth, someone is trying to interfere and shut me off, okay? I'm getting that energy. You definitely stored certain things up that never had a strong foundation to begin with the tower is what I'm feeling. And whatever decision you took, my pile number 2, it helped a lot of people. It transformed lives. It almost ended a toxic cycle, a toxic pattern. So I think a lot of your haters did become your fans, did become your supporters. I'm getting almost that energy of transformation. People hating on you to people actually loving you for the way you are. So almost this energy of you being adamant, you being strict, you being the way you are, even if it means to break the rules, even if it means to go against the game. Something about you being really unapologetic, something about you being really unfiltered, which was raw, which was authentic, and exactly what was required in that situation is what your haters actually are admiring about your journey. I'm also getting this energy of, for some of you guys did bounce back from something that has tragically ended for you. Like, there was the situation where you guys have almost lost the ray of hope. I'm almost seeing all doors were closed, all opportunities were shut off. People tried to suppress you, people tried to gang up against you and almost tried to throw you off from progressing, from climbing up that ladder. Like, I feel like a lot of you have faced a lot of injustice in your life. Things weren't fair. And I think a lot of your haters do realize your struggle. I'm also getting this energy of sympathy here, where people who might have judged you had absolutely no awareness of the situation that you were and your perspective. But now that things are changing, things are coming to the surface, your haters are really in admiration that you were the first one to make that move, my pile number 2s. Yes, definitely something about pattern breaking is coming out very strongly, all right? Take it however it resonates with your situation, and do let me know in the comments. But let's get some more messages. We have the 8 of Pentacles. This appeared in pile number 1 also. And we have the 8 of Swords. Again, double 8 coming here. Are you guys Saturn dominated person? I don't know. I attract a lot of people who have strong Saturn, strong Mars elements, strong Leo, Aries elements in their chart. Maybe because I'm the same collective. Again, I try to cleanse my deck. I try to keep myself as grounded as possible. But again, it's all about the frequency. It is all about attracting the same collective. So the messages would resonate with me a little bit. Yeah. With the Eight of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords also, your haters admire how you are not the damsel in distress. You don't ask for help. You don't cry. You don't express vulnerability. There is something about you where you take a lot of accountability. Like, for example, if someone was to come at you and tell you, you know what, just watch your tone, just work on it. I feel like you have this habit of introspecting. You improve your behavior, you improve yourself all day and every day. And this may not be about your behavior also. This can be any workplace related criticism also, right? If people are like, you know what, maybe you should research about this a little more, and you are almost having this energy of putting that extra effort, putting that extra hard work. Like, even if certain situation seems impossible, for example, if there was a deadline and it almost seems impossible, and even if your managers, your employees were to almost shout at you and make you work, I feel like they kind of have this intention, they kind of are expecting you to fail in that particular project, not being able to meet that deadline, like giving you impossible tasks is what I'm hearing, so that they get to point fingers at you again, they get to take out your frustration. But there is something about you, my pal number 2, where you constantly are proving them wrong. You are constantly rising yourself above those challenges, those difficulties, being more stronger. So no matter what people throw at you, you always come out of that, is what your haters also admire about you. You cannot be caged, my pile number 2. You cannot be limited. You cannot be put in a box. You are extremely rebellious. I'm getting a strong Aquarius energy from this pile, okay? The King of Swords giving air element and 8-8 appearing. Are you guys rebels? 13-13 on my timer. It's a confirmation. If this resonates, you're gonna know. But may not be, you guys may not be an Aquarius also, or maybe you guys have strong Aquarius placements in your chart. Who knows? But that is what is coming out very strongly. Some of you guys could be Aries, Leo, or really have Mars dominant placement. Scorpio is also what I'm getting. Yeah, very ruthless individuals. And that is being admired by your haters. They almost want to have that attitude. They want to learn from you. It's a skill. Not everyone can take up oppositions, criticisms, insults head on. It takes a lot of guts. It takes a lot of mental strength to actually walk on the right path and hear almost the entire world teaming up against you, going against you, but still trying to push yourself forward, doing what you always wanted to do. It's very hard. It's very difficult. And I feel you, my pal number 2. And you deserve to be admired for that quality. Because this journey gets so frustrating. It's so tiring at times. And sometimes we feel like giving up and almost losing ourselves in the process of proving, in the process of trying to make people understand what is right and what is wrong. I mean, definitely, sometimes you shouldn't care. But I think it is important to raise your voice against certain situations, against certain things, because we are not spiritual if we don't do that, all right? It is not always about sitting back and relaxing and chilling and letting whatever happen. And it's like, okay, whatever happens, you know, God is in control, universe is in control. Like, as a human, there are certain situations where you need to speak up, you need to take stand, you need to fight for what is right. I mean, otherwise you wouldn't have been gifted with intelligence, with the discernment and the power to judge, right? So I'm almost getting that energy from you guys. What else are the haters admiring? Then we have the Ace of Cups. And we have the Knight of Cups. Some of you guys could have entered into a relationship, a kind of romantic connection, which a lot of your haters thought you may not, okay? You might have had really toxic relationships in the past, and maybe a lot of your haters thought you are going to almost repeat those same patterns, get cheated on, or probably someone would break your heart again. But there is something definitely about you entertaining more mature relationships, entertaining more mature connections. If this is not about your love life or a partner, this can be a friend also, but almost having that healthy boundary as to whom you allow in your life. Some of you guys could have really worked on your heart chakra, is what I'm feeling. Like, you're empathetic, but you're not an emotional fool to give in to whatever people throw at you. Okay, this message I got for pile number 1 also. Some of you guys could be attracted to pile number 1. If you guys were, just go and watch that reading. You have a very healthy lifestyle, very healthy dating standard. Like, something about you where you are not interested in surface level connections. You don't do flings, you don't do hookups. And I think a lot of your haters also admire that about you. You almost have this emotional clarity. Like, for example, if you are someone who only entertains long-term relationships, right? And someone who is looking for casuals, they come to you to talk to you, to make some kind of efforts, to make some kind of connection. And you're like, you know what, I'm not interested in you at all. You call out their BS, you draw that boundary, and you almost put them in their place immediately. They might get offended, but it's very true. Like, you're just here to waste my time. You're just here for the attention. You're just here to be validated. That is the truth. And when you call such people out, they take it as an offense. Like, you can't call an F-boy an F-boy, if you know what I mean. And suddenly you're hurting their feelings, you're disrespecting them. So I'm kind of getting that energy from this pile where you know what you want, all right? What else are your haters admiring about you? Then we have the Empress. And we have the Hierophant. I think I was just speaking about dating standards, and Empress and Hierophant is kind of clarifying. With the Empress, I feel you know what you bring to the table. You almost treat yourself with a lot of care. You nurture yourself. You are completely in this self-love journey where you know your worth, you know your value. And I think a lot of your haters do admire that about you. With the Empress, I feel you guys could really take care of your looks. So your beauty is also being highlighted here. Your haters really admire your physical looks, your beauty, and almost you being in this abundant mindset. For some of you guys, I'm getting, if you guys have recently gone through a pregnancy or probably had a child, your haters are also admiring that motherly nature of yours. With the Hierophant also coming here, you are definitely restricting something. In terms of whom you show this nurturing side, whom you give this care, whom you show your vulnerable side, like, you are not taking extra baggage, is what I feel. Like, you don't empathize with every other person. And that is also what your haters are admiring about you, especially if you were a people pleaser in the past. For some of you guys, I'm getting, if you are a mother, you did stop taking that extra family pressure, taking that extra family burden. Now, this can be some kind of financial burden or maybe that emotional burden where things really affected you a lot. Like, especially if people used to raise their voice, people used to say whatever the heck they wanted and almost tried to shrink you, almost tried to silence your voice. And now that you have started speaking up, now that you have started putting forward your needs, you have started being more vocal, you are in control of the family dynamics. You are in that position, in that power, having that authority to almost influence others. People can't control you anymore. All they can do is just stare at you and listen to what you have to say. I'm hearing someone say, enough is enough. Then we have the King of Cups. Definitely a romantic connection here because so many cups appearing. So something about your new lover is coming out very strong, where you have a very healthy, happy relationship at home with your husband, with your children, with your girlfriend, with your boyfriend, partner, or any person that you are romantically involved in. Then we have the Seven of Swords. Okay, interesting. Yes, you definitely did call someone's BS out with the King of Cups and the Seven of Swords, is what I feel. You called a manipulator, you called a cheater. This is a male person. You did call out someone's toxic behavior who appeared to be really emotionally mature, emotionally stable, or grounded, but they were wearing a mask. They were a narcissist in disguise. They were perfect manipulators who used to play with words, who used to be really sweet, who used to almost appear to be really caring, to be really understanding, but all they had in their mind was to make sure their selfish desires are fulfilled. So even with the Tower appearing in the beginning, you definitely did something that was completely unexpected of you. Like, people underestimate the Empress a lot, right? Like, how being the queen, being the Empress is almost being looked down, probably because you don't put that physical efforts. You don't do the same amount of hard work and labor as men do, how people kind of underestimate it. But the reason why she has the seat of wisdom, this power, the authority, is because she doesn't need physical labor and be in that masculine energy to prove that she is worth it. This is the card of diplomacy, by the way, okay? So it is her decisions, it is her ability, it is her words that has power, that influences others. It is her creativity that has power. That is the reason why feminine energy doesn't demand to have heavy workload like an animal who keeps trying to prove themselves. Okay, don't take it in a negative way. I'm just speaking about the energies. You can be relaxed, you can be chill, but you can still be respected because of the position, because of the power that you have. Like, do you see any bosses, any entrepreneurs, any CEOs doing the hard labor? They sit in that seat of wisdom, in that power. They make the freaking decisions there. This is the reason why this card is associated with diplomacy and given so much respect. So definitely that energy of calling someone's BS out is what I am getting. I'm really sorry about the card and the setup situation. I just can't get it right no matter how much I try. All right, let's see what are the final messages. Then we have the Nine of Wands here. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. Definitely your haters are admiring your persistence, your ability to always hard work. Your patience is coming out very strongly, okay? Like, for example, if there is a situation that had a dead end and almost there was like no way out of that situation, you, my pile number 2, would be the person who would be the last person standing, taking that final call, making that final decision. Even if things seemed to be impossible, is why your haters are admiring your journey. There was definitely something stagnant that happened. This can be a career, a job, or maybe even in your family, whatever, take it however it resonates, where someone had to get out of their comfort zone. Someone had to show a lot of courage, a lot of determination to break free from what was stopping them. And you, my pile number 2, were one of them. Okay? So your haters are really admiring that journey of yours. That's it, my pile number 2. That was the reading for you guys. Hope you guys have resonated. If you guys did, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment your thoughts and feelings. If any of you are interested in personal consultations, you guys can check out the descriptions. All details are mentioned. Bye, and I'll see you guys in the next one.